Proceed.
Hello, I'm David McKenna, President of Victim Support Europe. I'm delighted over the next few minutes to give you an insight into the work of victim support in Europe, the experience of victimisation and victims of crime in Europe, and something about the new developments in terms of rights and human rights for victims of crime within the EU. Victim Support Europe has been established for nearly 25 years. We are a network of national large-scale victim support organisations operating across Europe, providing practical and emotional support to any victim of crime. Currently, we are working with more than 2 million people affected by crime across Europe each year, and collectively we employ 5,000 staff and nearly 20,000 volunteers. But the challenge, as you will hear, is huge. For more information about Victim Support Europe, you can go to victimsupporteurope.com, indeed victimsupporteurope.org, you choose. In terms of the experience of victimisation in Europe, very little information is available about what happens to people affected by crime. But we know from international crime surveys, European surveys, and surveys undertaken by member states that somewhere in the region of 75 million people are affected by crime each year in Europe. And we also know that very few of those victims of crime actually get access to any help and support. As an organisation, we want to support the development of new services to victims of crime in every state in Europe, not just within the European Union. Presently, too many victims are left without any information, without any practical support, emotional help, financial advice or financial support. And often the impact of the crime carries on long after the crime itself has been committed. As a movement, we are about transforming the victim into the survivor, able to recover from the effects of crime and get on with their own life. Of course, cross-border victimisation brings its own set of unique challenges, and there are even less services presently available to assist people who have been victimised in one member state but live in another. Presently, the European Union and the Commission are considering new legislation for victims of crime. A directive for victims of crime is presently being considered by member states across Europe. We are hopeful this will lead to new legislation coming into force by 2014. What we want to see at the heart of that legislation is the human rights of victims of crime to be respected, to be treated with dignity, to be at the heart of that legislation. And it will require to include the right to information about case progress, not just general information, but case specific. You should also provide the victims with proper access to emotional and practical help in the aftermath of that crime. And we support the provision of independent services able to work on behalf of the victim and to support the victim from the point the crime is committed through any criminal proceedings and out of the court at the other side. We also believe that victims should have a right to compensation, and that they should be able to get that compensation either in court or failing that from member states themselves. And there will be a review during 2012 of the compensation arrangements for victims of crime in Europe. Crime impacts on victims in many different ways. Everyone's an individual, so the impact will be different from one person to another. But we do know for sure that in the aftermath of crime, victims have the same key top concerns. They are concerned about their safety and their security, and little is often done to ensure that the victim will not fall victim to crime quickly, speedily, after the first offence, the first crime. We know that many victims are much more vulnerable in the immediate aftermath of a crime than those citizens, those people in Europe who have not yet been victims of crime. We also know they want to understand what has happened, why they have become a victim of crime, and they need help to prevent it from happening again. Many victims want information about the criminal justice system and want to have the right to have their say in their case. We believe at Victim Support Europe that victims of crime have a right to a fair trial. We believe that they have a right to life, to family life, and to privacy. And we support the continued development of rights to victims, not just this year and next year, but in the decade ahead. And we're asking all in the criminal justice, but also importantly the social justice systems, to work together to ensure that people affected by crime in Europe are assisted to recover and to return to their lives the way they were before the crime was committed. Thank you.